Hello friends, welcome to Moonspell Tarot. Today we are going to be discussing the topic and doing a pick a card on the question, is he going to call you? I think a lot of people struggle with this, when you first start dating, or if you've been, even dating a while, sometimes you're like waiting for that call and it seems like a really long time and it can just be very frustrating. So I thought that this would be a good topic to do a pick a card on. So I have 4 different piles here. We have lots of cards to go through, so we are just going to go ahead and get started. So for pile number 1, we have this little old kind of brassy key. Pile number 2, we have a silver key. Pile number 3, we have a bronze key. And pile number 4, we have a small gold key. So I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to really think about, which pile is really speaking to you, which key is really speaking to you as a person. Another way you could kind of go about picking a pile is kind of, if you pause the video, hover your hand over each pile and see which one kind of gives you the tingles. You could pick it by a favorite number. There's a lot of options, so really just go with whatever pile feels right to you, and we can go ahead and go from there. So there will be timestamps down below. If you want to go ahead and jump to your pile, that would be great, and I will see you soon. Welcome back, pile number 1. This is if you chose this little bronzy kind of gold color key. Before I jump into the cards, I just want to remind you to please hit that subscription. It really helps me out a lot and lets me know if you like these type of videos. And also don't forget to leave a comment down below if there are any questions that you would like me to ask in the future. So again, pile number 1, this is if you chose this little brassy bronze key. I'm going to set that off to the side, and we will look at your cards and see why he is not calling and if he is going to call. So for tarot, you have Charity. Let's look at your other cards. We have Harmony, New Beginnings. We have Grace. We have Compassion. We have Unlimited Ideas. We have Cooperation instead of Competition, Twin Flames, and Criticizing One Another. Okay, so let's kind of look at everything first. I pulled a lot of cards for this because I feel like, there's a lot of reasons why, maybe we're not talking, so I thought pulling a lot of cards would be helpful. So we will just kind of go from left to right, I think. So let's start off with the tarot card that I pulled for this. I only did one tarot card this time because I think that it kind of gives a better yes or no answer as opposed to pulling so many cards. And also this deck is only a major arcana, so that's very definite answers. And so I thought that that would be helpful for this type of question. So we have Charity. So what I'm getting right away, especially with just kind of glancing at all the other cards, that this person is a very giving person. They are very kind and easy to get along with. You can really count on them for what you need. And I think that's probably why you're very frustrated with why they're not calling you, because you most likely have a good relationship. You guys get along well. He probably does a lot of nice things for you, treats you out for dinner, takes you out to do things, really helps you with what you need. And so I think that that's why you're so frustrated, because he is a really nice guy. And so, I'm really getting the sense right off the bat that he is a nice person. And so, I think that that's why it's so frustrating, because he is probably just going through a lot. He's probably just having some issues. So let's look at the other cards first, because I'm really getting the vibe that he is a good person right off the bat. Very charitous, very giving, very kind. So let's look at New Beginnings first. So obviously this card, just with the artwork alone, we're looking at a woman holding up like a cherub, an angel baby, and really just kind of looking off in a different direction and not looking, you know, towards the camera as if she were taking a photograph. So, you know, this person is probably, you know, going through a change. You know, maybe they've gone through something in their life recently that's hard. They want to change the type of person they are. They are, you know, maybe not currently fulfilled with the type of life they have. And you know, just kind of looking at the other cards, I'm not getting the vibe that it's from you. It's probably, you know, they're frustrated with their job. They're frustrated with family. They might have a lot going on in their personal life that they feel like maybe a relationship right now is just really hard for them to deal with. So it's, you know, it's not that they don't want to talk to you. It's just that they're really struggling, you know, currently with what they're dealing with right now. So, you know, I feel like the talking is probably not completely cut off. It's probably just not as much as what you would like it to be, which can be very frustrating, you know, especially if you haven't been dating very long. You know, you're kind of getting to know each other, or even if you have been dating a while, maybe all of a sudden, you know, that person just kind of, you know, stop talking to you so much and you just feel very frustrated. I think it's just because they're going through something and they want to, you know, make a change in their life, and they want to, you know, be a different person. And so for the next card, I'm seeing harmony. So, you know, as with the new beginnings, I feel like they're just looking for a new happiness, a new harmony in their life. You know, they maybe, you know, had a really hard job that they weren't happy at. I think that it's something that they currently just want to change. And even if, you know, this change does affect your relationship, maybe it is something that's affecting your relationship. I don't really get the vibe for that, but, you know, every situation is different. But they really are just looking for a situation to be happy. You know, they really, you know, they're a kind person, they're a good person, they really do a lot for other people. And, you know, maybe their flame is just starting to burn out. Maybe they've given too much, and, you know, their candle is no longer lit. So I feel like they are just really looking for a new beginning, and they're looking for that harmony. They're looking for that happiness where they can, you know, express themselves freely and be joyful in their own personal life. So I feel like that's what they're really looking for. And, you know, it's not that they don't want to talk to you or don't want to, you know, deal with you or anything like that. I just think that they are kind of looking within themselves and, you know, wanting to change their own personal life. So let's see what else. So let's look at these, because I think that these are good, you know, for the next topic. So we see twin flames, your passion ignites. So we see even on the artwork for these cards, we see two lovers, you know, kind of holding each other in the sunlight with all these beautiful flowers and foliage around them. So what I am getting is that you guys do have a good relationship and you get along, whether it has been a long time or if it's, you know, a little bit newer. I'm getting the vibe a little bit that you guys have been together a little bit. You know, not necessarily a very long relationship, it doesn't have to be, but you guys have dated a while, and so your relationship is going really well, and so I feel like that's why you are, you know, really frustrated about what's going on, you know, the fact that he's not talking to you. But I am seeing that you guys are twin flames and that you are going to be life partners. You know, twin flame is, in my opinion, the, you know, ultimate soulmate, if you will. You know, you guys finish each other's sentences, you know, you always are on each other's minds, you really just match perfectly. And so, you know, I really do feel like you guys are a really great couple. You know, he just, I think, is working on some things on himself. And so this other card says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. And so, you know, even on this artwork on the card, I always like to look at the artwork because I feel like it really lends a deeper meaning to the card. We see, you know, a heart being surrounded by flowers and hearts, and we see a lot of love in this picture and a lot of growth and happiness. And so I think that, you know, if you maybe have been complaining that you guys aren't talking a lot, that could be a reason why he's pulling back. You know, he maybe feels attacked when he's just working on himself, and maybe he feels bad, you know, about telling you that he is working on himself because he doesn't want you to think that you don't care about him. And maybe he's just really focused on, you know, the way he feels, and he's maybe not doing the best of job of, you know, keeping you informed on what's going on. And that's something that you guys could work on together. You know, maybe let him know that it makes you sad or feel bad that you guys aren't communicating in that way, and that's something that you guys could work on instead of, you know, getting angry and upset and possibly arguing. I think that it would be better to come at it, you know, with compassion and say, I really care about you and love you, and I don't want to, you know, drift apart, because I do see that you guys are twin flames, and, you know, that there's a lot of harmony in your relationship and that you two get along very well. But, you know, maybe right now there hasn't been such harmony and such happiness because you feel left out of the equation. So again, with that same, you know, point, we're seeing cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours, and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete, as there's an abundance for you. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. So with this, I'm seeing that, you know, the angels, you know, the angel cards are definitely helpful. And, you know, what your guardian angels, what the universe is trying to tell you is that you know, you just need to cooperate with this person and this, you know, the guy you're talking to or girl you're talking to. You know, I think that they just really need that cooperation from you and that help. You know, whatever they're going through, they're really struggling with it internally. And, you know, maybe they have a hard time expressing it out loud and they feel stupid or they feel bad, you know, talking to you about it. And so they're really trying to deal with it internally. And so, again, with this card, you know, don't criticize them or make them feel bad for not talking or maybe being as present as they always are, because I think they are just really dealing with some issues internally. And so, you know, the universe is really telling you right now that you need to cooperate with this person and, you know, ask them what they need, and if they want to talk, that you're there. But don't, you know, necessarily pressure them to talk if they don't feel comfortable. This is just telling you to be there for this person and to, you know, allow them to come to you with their issues, and you guys could work together through these problems, because something that this person might not even realize, you know, the guy that you're talking to, he might not even realize that you might be the answer for his problems. You might have some ways to help him with his issues, and he just doesn't want to ask. So I think that if you work with him and, you know, tell him that you care about him and, you know, let him know that you know, want to help him through whatever he's going through, I think that that will open up a lot of doors, and that will also open up a lot of trust, and that will even further your relationship and make it better. So next we're going to look at unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. So again, you know, if he's struggling with some things, you can offer him some suggestions. You know, right now, if he's looking for a job change or he's having some family issues, this is telling you that you can, you know, offer him some help. You know, maybe help him apply for more jobs, or give him ideas for more places that he can apply to, or, you know, search for a job. Give him, you know, your attention and show him that you really do care, because I'm really seeing that you have a lot of ideas, especially because you guys are twin flames. Your hearts and your minds are supposed to bounce off each other. You're supposed to be, you know, one in thought. And so this is going to really show that you two can work together, and that you can, you know, help each other with your ideas. So I think that, you know, you can really help him in that way, you know, or if he's having some issues with his family, help maybe lay things out for him in a non-stressful manner and show him how he can continue to help his family or help friends. Whatever issues he's having, I think that you will have a lot of ideas. It just takes some cooperation and, you know, not arguing about it, just explaining that you care, that he's going through these things. So, again, compassion, you know, we talked about that. Just showing compassion and also grace. We'll look at these both. You know, really just offering that love and that compassion and grace is really going to make a big difference. And I think that that is going to add to the longevity of your relationship. You're going to show him that, you know, even though you're having a struggle, he's having a struggle right now, it's going to show that you're there for him, and no matter what, you know, your issue is or what his issue is, you're going to be there and you're going to back him up. So I think that that's really just going to, you know, add to your relationship and make it even better, because he's going to know that he could count on you, and not, you know, if he has an issue or every time he has a problem, that you're going to be criticizing and being angry with him instead of helping him through his problems. So yeah, you know, basically to sum it all up again, I feel like he's a very kind person and he really does care about you. He just needs some time and he needs cooperation and help through this issue. You know, you can kind of reach out and maybe reach out to him first, even, you know, if you feel comfortable doing that, if you've been dating a while. I think that it's going to take you personally to reach out and, you know, offer your help, because right now he feels very lost and confused, and he's trying to find a new beginning for himself, because he's just not currently happy with some of the things that are going on in his life. So I think it's really important, you know, that instead of him necessarily reaching out to you, that you reach out to him and show him that you care. And so it's not that, you know, he doesn't care about you or doesn't love you in that way, because I think he's just struggling right now internally with some issues going on in his life. But he does care, and he, you know, I'm really getting that vibe that he's a good person. And again, you guys are twin flames, so I would, you know, keep this relationship going and really show that you care. So thank you so much, pile number one. Please be safe out there. There's a lot of stuff going on, you know, out there in the world. I don't want anyone to get hurt or anything, so please just be safe no matter where you are out there in the world. Yeah, just be careful, because there's just so much going on. It's just really, you know, a stressful situation, but I hope I can offer you some clarity and help you with some of your own personal problems, you know, because there's just so much going on, I think, with this shift going on in the world. You know, it's internal and external. I think a lot of people are going through, you know, an awakening. So again, thank you so much for watching the video. Please, again, don't forget to hit that subscription. It really helps me out a lot and lets me know if you liked it. And also, don't forget to leave me a comment if there are any questions that you would like me to ask soon, okay? So I hope to see you soon, and blessed be. Welcome back, pile number two. This is if you chose this little silver key. So before I jump into the video, I just want to remind you to please hit that subscription button down below. It really helps me out a lot and lets me know if you like these type of videos. And also leave me a comment if there are any questions that you would like me to ask soon, okay? So again, this is if you chose the silver key, pile number two. And we will go ahead and see if he's going to call you or why he is not calling. Okay, so we have hope reversed for your tarot. We have faith, truth. We have hope again. Okay, interesting. Thoughtfulness. We have power of prayer. We have do the work, reflection, and sexual union. Okay, so let's kind of look at everything for a second. For a second to the side and kind of spread them out that way. Okay. So let's talk about the tarot first, because I think, you know, right now this is just a lot going on. So let's see. So hope reversed, you know, obviously hope represents a very positive message, a very loving message, and the reversal of that can, you know, sometimes be a little bit negative. So what I'm seeing right now is that potentially you two have, you know, been in a fight, maybe potentially even broken up. I'm feeling that you're in a bad fight. You both are not in a good place with each other right now. And so I am, you know, right now getting the vibe that there is some tension there. I'm really feeling that, you know, there's a lot of anger. You know, you two aren't getting along. So, you know, hope reversal is not the end of the world, because we have lots of other cards to go through, and it's gonna, you know, kind of help lay it out a little bit better. But just for like the big picture, I'm getting that you two have, you know, potentially been in a fight. You know, things aren't going so well you guys haven't maybe been talking for a minute. So I am getting the vibe that you two are not getting along right now. And so let's talk about truth first. So I'm feeling right now that maybe one of you found something out about each other and you are angry about it. Maybe you called each other out. One person did something in the wrong and the other person is angry about it. So, I'm seeing that, in this card, even in the artwork, we're seeing two people, kind of having a discussion in the all-seeing eye, kind of calling out the truth and telling you exactly what happened. So I'm seeing that, there was an issue and the other person found out and they're not happy about it. That's maybe why you two aren't talking. So, maybe he found something out about you that he's not happy about, and that's why he, isn't calling right now and you guys haven't spoken. So I'm seeing too that with faith, I'm seeing that you have a lot of faith and that you really trust that the relationship will get better, which is a positive thing. And I feel like that is also showing that you are going to work on it and, work on yourself and show that, even though if you made a mistake or whatever the issue is that you guys are fighting about, that things will get better. So that's really important because, even though hope reverse can be kind of a negative card, maybe potentially showing he might not call right away, you guys might not make up immediately, having the faith card also in the mix is showing that, things can potentially get better and that you really have, a lot of faith and a lot of hope that it will get better. And so I'm really seeing that you are, trying to manifest a relationship. You really have it on your mind a lot. You're really hoping that things get better and you are, working on improving your relationship with him. So let's see. So let's do power of prayer. So give the situation to God for uplifting and healing and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives you in response to your prayers. So again, tying it in with faith, I feel like you are just giving it up to the universe to, make the relationship better. You maybe don't know how to fix it right now, and that's why you two aren't really talking. So I feel like you are just giving it up to the universe or God, whatever you, personally believe in. I'm seeing that you are just giving that up and allowing, the universe to fix it for you. And with that, again, you need to work on yourself if you're having some issues, but allowing, the universe or God to fix it is helpful because sometimes you get those signs, if you are seeing repeating numbers, that means that you are doing things right. You're looking for those answers. For instance, like 1111, 222, you're seeing repeated numbers, that does help. Or seeing situations that are showing you that you're doing the right thing. I'm feeling that you really are, praying and manifesting this situation to get better because I feel like you do really miss him. And so also let's look at do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. So, this is showing you also that instead of just thinking about doing better, instead of, just praying and having faith, this is also showing you that you need to go out and take action in order to do better and in order to have this person back in your life. Because I think that, it's easy to say, like I, talked about a second ago, to give it up to the universe. But there's also hard work that you have to do in order to make things right. So I'm seeing that you, really just need to put in that work. Maybe call this person and apologize, or, whatever the situation was between you two, whatever, that weirdness, that unhappiness is, address it and talk about it. And then you two, can talk about what you could do to make the relationship better. So I'm seeing that in this, scenario, it might need to be you that reaches out to this person, because I'm getting the vibe that he's not talking to you. But, so I just really feel like you need to put in that work and kind of reflect on yourself and see what you are doing wrong. So again, you know, let's look at this card, reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that it will work out for the best. And we even see, you know, on the artwork of the card, she's crying with, you know, the flowers and things like that, kind of covering her sadness. So what I'm feeling is that, you know, you kind of have to look inward on yourself and see what you really want out of this relationship and what you can do to fix, you know, the situation that you're currently in. So, you know, depending on what the problem was, maybe, you know, if he's angry about something or you guys got in a fight about something, take some reflection and think about, you know, why he's angry. You know, depending on what the situation is, look in within yourself and see, you know, what you did wrong. And, you know, in this situation too, it takes a little bit of, how can you say, some intuition, I guess is the best way to put it. I couldn't think of the right word. Some intuition to show, you know, when in a relationship it's good to fix yourself and work on it and when it's good to walk away. So, you know, depending on what you're angry about and if you guys fight all the time, if this is like a recurring thing, take some, you know, time to reflect and see, okay, is this relationship right for me? Or if this is something that you guys normally get along and you know, maybe just fought this one time or just every once in a while have a fight, you know, have that intuition to know when it's time to walk away and when it's time to fix it. So, also, let's see, we have sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So, you know, as we could see on the other side of the card in the artwork, a couple, you know, making love, and it seems, you know, very powerful. So what I'm feeling is after, you know, you take this time to reflect and to, you know, work on yourself a little bit and give him some space, I'm seeing that, you know, you guys will have a really powerful sexual reunion. You know, you guys probably already have a really great sexual relationship, and so I'm seeing that you guys will, you know, really hit it off again right away. And so, you know, again, it's about acknowledging what's going wrong in the relationship, what the problem is, why he is angry, why you're angry, and work on it. And so you guys will have that really powerful, amazing sex that you were previously having. So, and then let's look at the last two cards. So this I'm kind of taking as, you know, things that maybe you need to work on as a person. So first we have thoughtfulness. So, you know, maybe, you know, with whatever reason you two are fighting, I think something that maybe you need to work on is thoughtfulness, thinking about the way that he feels and thinking about really what's going on and not just be kind of self-consumed. And so I think that that's something that you could personally work on, and it will make it all better because, again, like, you know, the things we already talking about, like, do the work. You know, you have to put in the work and think about other people and think about, you know, what he wants. And so, you know, I really think you just need to put that thought into your everyday life, and then that will make a really big difference in the way he looks at you. And again, hope, you know, this time the right way up. Oracle cards are a little bit different than tarot though. But, you know, with hope, I think that this is definitely telling you to have some hope and that things will get better. You guys will have that, you know, sexual union. Like I said, you know, I feel that this is definitely telling you that there is hope and there is faith and that things will, you know, get better. We just have to work on ourselves a little bit first before we, you know, try to talk to him again, because I think he is angry. So, you know, just to recap everything, I do feel like he's a good person. I feel like he's just been going through a lot. You know, you two have been arguing, not getting along. I feel like there was some sort of argument. Somebody, you know, found something out about the other person. You're both angry, not talking, but, you know, you do have the faith and you do have, you know, the power to do better, and you just have to take some time to reflect and give him some space, and you will, you know, get there. You guys will get better. So thank you so much, pile number 2, for watching this video. Please stay safe out there. There is a lot going on currently in the world. I'm filming this June 2020, just in case you see this later in time. So yeah, just please be safe out there. There's a lot going on, and yeah, just be careful, because I don't want anyone to get hurt or sick. You know, there's been so much hard stuff going on right now in the world. But thank you so much for watching the video again. I really appreciate it. Please hit that subscription down below. Lets me know if you like the video. And also leave me a comment if there are any other questions that you would like me to ask, okay? And I hope to see you soon, and blessed be. Welcome back, pile number 3. This is if you chose this little brass key. So before I jump into the cards, I just want to remind you to please hit that subscription down below. Helps me out a lot and lets me know if you like this video. Also leave me a comment if there are any questions that you would like me to ask soon, okay? So again, this is if you chose this little brassy key. And let's go ahead and see if he's going to call you or why he's not calling. So we have Wheel of Fortune for your tarot. We have Love. We have Ancestors. We have Abundance. Okay. Gratitude. We have Quiet Retreat. We have Attracting, Not Chasing. And we have Look Inside Yourself. And it's important to know to take a step back. So, let's see. Let's kind of look at everything first for a second. Okay, so I'm going to look at your tarot first just because that kind of helps give a broad picture of everything. So right now, I feel that he is going through a change. He's having a bit of luck. Things are going better for him. And so I think that he is going to call. I think that right now he's just, things are changing for him. And I'm seeing that it's for, the better, because these are a lot of, very positive cards. So, I feel like he's changing for the better. And so I feel like potentially maybe that's why you guys aren't talking as much. I'm not getting the vibe that you're not speaking at all. I feel like maybe his mind is just preoccupied with what is currently going on. He's having a lot going on. He's very busy. Maybe he got a promotion at work. Something's changed in his life in a very positive way. And so he's just very preoccupied with that right now. But I'm not seeing that there's any anger or anything towards you. Just because Wheel of Fortune is a very positive card. It shows luck, change, positive change. So I do feel that he, is just going through a change. Like I said, promotion, job change. I think that something is, going really well for him right now. And so that's why he, maybe isn't talking to you as much. It's just because he's got a lot on his plate due to a new, job opportunity or something like that. I'm really feeling like money vibes, and so that's why I'm saying job, because that's what I feel. So let's look at love first, because this is a very interesting spread, a little bit different than some of the others. So I am seeing that there is love there. So I am getting the thought that you guys probably have been together for a while. You two love each other. You both get along very well. And so I think that that's why it's frustrating for you that he isn't really talking as much. Even if you two live together, I think that maybe he's not reaching out as much. He's just not talking as much, just because he's very preoccupied with what's going on. But I do really get, the feeling that he really loves you and does care about you a lot. And so also we have the Ancestors card. This could be another reason why he's not reaching out as much. A lot of times with, a job promotion, a job change, sometimes we do see other people kind of come out of the woodwork and start asking for help. So maybe he's just preoccupied with some family stuff. Maybe a family member's having a hard time, they're struggling, and he's helping them, monetarily, or also just with whatever he's able to do. If he's a fixer-up kind of guy, maybe he's doing that kind of stuff. So I'm really getting the vibe that he is a very family-oriented person, though, and that he does love you and, potentially wants a family with you. But I am seeing that he, is probably helping his family a lot also on top of his new job. So he's kind of preoccupied because, maybe his family's having a hard time, and he's helping them with that. And he just, maybe at the end of the day just feels a little bit of anxiety and, kind of just wants to relax, and maybe doesn't mean to offend you in that way. But I think his mind is just very preoccupied because he is, going through such a big change. So let's look at look inside yourself first, because this is interesting. So look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. So we see on the artwork of the card a woman kind of, gazing and kind of thinking about her problems, and we see like a crystal ball type image at the bottom. So, this could be something to think about within yourself, if, your man is kind of going through a hard time just because he is having a new promotion and, just maybe feels pulled in a lot of different directions. Again, like we talked about with the family, maybe he's just having a hard time, kind of balancing things. So look inside yourself and ask why you're feeling bad about this, because, in your relationship, you should also feel like you can kind of go off and do your own thing. Look inside yourself and say, he really does care about me, but right now he's just kind of preoccupied because he has a lot going on. So, acknowledge that maybe you're feeling that way and it's not warranted, because, the love definitely is there. He's having a lot of positive things going on, and maybe you just feel a little bit ignored. So, think about yourself, think about some things you can do to make yourself happy, because he does care about you. I just think that right now maybe you're feeling a little bit left out. And so this other card says, it's important to take a step back right now and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. And we see, an angel wrapped in her wings, kind of, relaxing and having some self-care. So again, with, look inside yourself, I think that this is showing that, maybe the way you're feeling is a little bit one-sided. Maybe he's not talking as much, but also, the cards are saying that we basically, you really need to take some time for yourself and take some time to think about why you feel this way, and to kind of take a step back and kind of reevaluate yourself, because, in a relationship, it's important that we each also have our own personal time, and we each, have our own personal things that we like to do. So, maybe take a step back and find something that you enjoy doing, so you don't have to rely on, him just to make you happy. And so I think that that's really like, screaming out at me, especially to look at yourself and then take a step back, because I think it's showing that, you really shouldn't be feeling this way, because he does care about you. I think that maybe we're just, overthinking it, because he does really care about you. So let's look at attracting, not chasing. So anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way because of fear's underlying chasing energy. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. So again, this can tie in with the look inside yourself. I think that right now he's going through a lot of positive changes, and maybe you're not being so supportive of it. And that could be another reason why he's not talking. Maybe he feels that you are jealous of his accomplishment, or you, aren't being supportive like he thought you would be. So he's just kind of leaving you alone because he doesn't understand why you're not being supportive. So I think that right now it's important that you, really manifest and put out positive energy so you can get that love back from him. Maybe go out of your way to make a nice meal for him, go out of your way to do something kind for him, and show that you do care. And you're not just thinking about the fact that he isn't talking to you so much. I think that it's really important to, put out positive energy, and it will come back to you. So, again, like I said, looking within yourself and seeing why you feel this way, and maybe seeing that he does care about you, but right now you just can't see that because you just feel like he's ignoring you. I think that to change that mindset and say, okay, he's going through, not a hard time, but he's stressed because there's a lot going on, and so maybe he feels like he should just leave you alone because you don't seem happy about something, and he maybe feels like he can't add something else onto his plate. Take a step back and say, like, okay, he does care about me, he loves me, and he's going through a lot right now, so I'm going to help him. And even suggesting like a quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. So this is something that for you, you know, like you could start implementing small things that will make you, you know, kind of take a look at yourself and feel better. You know, go for a walk in the morning, spend some time in a hot bath at night, meditate, do some exercising, do some things for yourself so you can kind of disconnect from the world and kind of disconnect, because even, you know, I'm getting kind of a little bit of vibe from this card that maybe you've been talking to other people about the situation, and so maybe you know, you're getting some negative feedback. Maybe friends are, you know, talking poorly of him, saying that it's not fair that he's not talking to you or something like that. So I'm getting a little bit of that vibe that maybe you're putting out bad energy, and that you are talking to other people about the situation. So, you know, I would just give yourself some quiet time so you could really, you know, think about what he does for you, and you know that you two do have a good relationship and that you do love each other. So, and also, this could be helpful for you two to have a quiet retreat together. You know, even if right now with some of the virus things still going on, unfortunately, you know, you could have a nice quiet dinner at home. You could go for walks together. You could do things to kind of disconnect from the world together and be in one with each other's love. So, you know, this, I think you need some quiet time alone, and also you two could use some quiet time together. So if you are able, you know, to maybe take a day away, and get away out of town, or, you know, just spend time at home together and kind of, you know, turn off the cell phones and disconnect from everybody, I think that that would really help, and you guys could really talk about, you know, what's going on and share in each other's happiness. So let's look at abundance and gratitude. So I think for abundance and gratitude, what's really, you know, coming to mind is that, you know, we really need to appreciate what we have. So I'm seeing a lot of love. I feel like because, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune card came up, you know, he probably has a good job. He got a promotion. So keep in mind that he works hard for you. He loves you. He does what he does to make you happy. So, you know, I'm seeing that there is an abundance of love, and really just, you know, have some gratitude about what he does for you. So I think right now, you know, maybe he feels like you just want to be left alone, and so that's why he's leaving you alone. But, you know, show some gratitude and show that you really do care, you know, about what he does for you, and I think that that will be reciprocated back. So again, just to kind of, you know, recap everything, I do feel like he's a hard worker. He's having, you know, some hard times dealing with, you know, a new promotion. And so he feels very preoccupied, like I said, or helping his family, helping friends. He really is like, you know, overwhelmed. And so I feel like he really does love you. I just think that you need to take a look within yourself and kind of give yourself some time to, you know, maybe heal. Maybe you've gone through some things yourself recently that you're just having a hard time, and you feel angry that he's not, you know, talking to you back. And so I feel like if you take that time and really look within yourself and show that you do have that love and he does really care about you, I think that that will, you know, make you feel better, and you guys can, you know, reconcile, and, you know, your relationship will be great. So again, thank you so much, pile number 3, for watching this video. I really appreciate it a lot. Please be safe out there. There's a lot of, you know, things going on right now in the world. You know, a lot of craziness right now. But I really appreciate you watching this video a whole lot. And if you don't mind, please hit that subscription button. It really helps me out a lot. Lets me know if you like the video. And also leave me a comment if there are any other questions that you would like me to ask. And I hope to see you soon. Blessed be. Welcome back, pile number 4. This is if you chose this little gold key. So before I jump into the cards, I just wanted to remind you to please hit that subscription button. It really helps me out a lot and lets me know if you like this type of video. And also leave me a comment if there are any questions that you would like me to ask anytime soon, and I will do so. So again, this is if you chose this little gold key. So let's see, pile number 4, if he is going to talk to you, what is going on. So we have the Sun, okay, surrender, nature, happiness, dignity. Okay. Visualize abundance in all forms. God is your source, healing, and time. Okay, so let's kind of reorganize a little bit and kind of just think about what the cards are trying to tell us. This is an interesting pull. Okay, so with the sun, let's talk about that first with your tarot. So the sun represents positivity. It represents, a positive change. Things are going well for this person. And so I feel like, he is a good person. He brings a lot of joy to your life. You two get along very well. You two, have a very positive experience together. So I am kind of getting the vibe a little bit just by kind of glancing at the cards a little bit, that you two are in somewhat of a new relationship. And so, it's very positive and going well. And maybe you two just aren't talking as much as you like, which doesn't have to be a bad thing, but, I'm really getting the vibe that you two are, in a newer relationship, but he is a very positive thing in your life right now. And so let's see what else. And so let's look at surrender next. So what I'm feeling to this is kind of give up the way you're feeling about things. I think that a lot of times we have very preconceived notions of how relationships should be. We kind of, see movies and think, oh, I should be talking to my boyfriend or girlfriend all night, and we should, know every thought that each other is having. And so I think that this is telling you to really, give up that preconceived notion of a relationship, because this relationship is different. I'm seeing that, he is a very positive person in your life, and he does add, but I'm feeling that maybe he's a different kind of person than you've ever dated, and so you're kind of are struggling with that. And so, I'm seeing just to really surrender and give that up, and you will, be a lot happier. You won't feel so angry. Maybe he doesn't like to text, maybe he doesn't like to talk on the phone, and so that's making you very anxious and making you upset. But I think that it's important that you kind of give up those preconceived notions about how relationships should be. And even tying that in with nature, this is showing me that you kind of have to go with the flow of how he naturally is if you want to be with him and if you want to date this person. So I'm feeling that, it's a very different relationship from what you're used to. You're probably used to, someone talking on the phone a lot, somebody who you see all the time. And, I'm getting the vibe is more of like a free spirit kind of person. I'm getting a lot of like nature themed cards I'm seeing. And so I think that, he is probably not the kind of guy that you've normally dated, and you just feel kind of confused about how to go about it. So, just kind of go with the flow and things. And, maybe he likes to talk more in person, set up dates, things like that. So, this could be even a situation where you personally, reach out to talk to him because he, maybe isn't one to text first, which isn't a bad thing. Just some people aren't that way. So I'm feeling that you really just kind of need to go with the flow of things. So let's also look at these first. So time, you are trying too hard, give it time. So again, on the artwork we see a beautiful, like I have Horus in a tree and hearts. I'm seeing that there is a lot of love there, and we're seeing all these, entangled vines, which is, symbolic of a relationship being intertwined together and two people kind of growing together. And so I'm seeing that maybe you're trying too hard. Maybe he doesn't want to talk on the phone all the time. Maybe he can't hang out every single day, due to his job or whatever. I'm feeling that maybe you're putting it on too thick, and he feels maybe a little bit anxious. Maybe that's why he's not texting as much. So, give him some time. give yourself some time as well to get used to this new relationship and, get used to the type of person he is. Because, like I said, I am getting the vibe that you are, dating a different kind of person than what you're normally used to dating. So, just give yourself some time to kind of learn him as a person, and I think that things will get better. And then we'll look at healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So, I'm feeling that you two are having a little bit of a rocky start because you're having a hard time getting to know each other. And so I feel that, you two will get along, but it's going to take you, like I said, that surrender to give up to the kind of person he is, to kind of, give up that preconceived notion of what a relationship is. Maybe you've been hurt in the past and you feel that him not talking to you is a negative sign, which it's not always a negative sign. Some people just don't like talking on the phone as much. Some people, are homebodies and maybe they don't want to go out a lot. So, give yourself some time to heal and to feel better. Give up that preconceived notion of a relationship and you guys will get along a lot better. Just give yourself some time to meld together, and I think that things will be a lot better. So let's look at this. Visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and this is what you will experience. So again, kind of giving it up to the universe and, allowing happiness to, come into your life and, kind of surrendering the way you feel right now about relationships. Like I said, I think we all want that, Disney moment where we think that a relationship's supposed to be this way in that Disney relationship. And, as we grow older, we realize life isn't that way. And so, give yourself that time to, give up that feeling to the universe and allow the love to come in, because I feel that, he is a very positive person in your life. You two get along, but you're just really having a hard time, grasping that kind of relationship and understanding the type of person he is. So, visualize the kind of relationship you want and, the two type of people you are. I think that you two maybe are very different. You're not, you're very two different type of people, but, really just, give it up to God or the universe to kind of let things mold naturally, and you two will, get along a lot better instead of trying to force it. And then God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So, whether you believe in God or the universe, if you're spiritual or not, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. We are given everything we need on this earth. We have, food, water, air, everything we need is supplied. And so I think that is also showing that everything we need spiritually we already have it there. It just takes some time for us to, manifest a positive life and visualize what we want, because we get so caught up in the way we feel about something right now. So I think that this is really important to kind of, take that step back and look and see what you really need out of life and make that happen for yourself. Give him that time and give yourself that time to do better. So I'm really seeing that you just need to kind of, take that step back and really think about the type of life you want and the type of life you want with him also. So let's also look at these two together because I feel like they really tie in. So we're saying happiness and dignity. So, again, along with, kind of changing your thought pattern of wanting him to call you all the time and wanting to, have a certain type of relationship, I think that it would benefit a lot to, give him the benefit of the doubt and say, okay, maybe this isn't the same type of person I always date. He's different. Give him that time and that dignity to kind of grow on you. I think that it will be a really beautiful relationship once you guys kind of figure each other out and figure out how each other person behaves. And I think a lot of happiness will come that way, and I think that you two will have a really beautiful relationship. I just think that you really need to provide each other that dignity and that respect, to, you know, recognize that you two are different people. So, you know, again, just to kind of recap, I'm seeing that he is a very positive person in your life. You know, you have a lot of positive cards, and I feel like a lot of the cards are a little bit more, you know, maybe reflected on you a little bit, that you kind of need to, you know, change your thought patterns and change the way you feel about relationships, because you might, you know, you don't want to let somebody go who's a great match for you just because you have this preconceived notion. So I'm feeling that you have some healing to do. You need to give yourself some time, and you know, really just let your relationship naturally flow the way it is. You know, really just give yourself that time to figure each other out, and I think that you two will have a really great relationship. So thank you so much, pile number 4, for watching my video. I really appreciate it a lot. Please be safe out there. There's a lot of things going on in the world. I think we all just need to take a deep breath and put some positive energy, you know, back out there, because it's a very stressful time. But I do appreciate you watching this video a lot. Please hit that subscription button. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know if you like this type of video. And also leave me a comment if there are any questions that you would like me to ask soon, and I will do so. So I hope to see you soon, and blessed be. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, please be safe out there, guys. There's a lot of, you know, things going on out there in the world, and I just want everyone to be safe. Again, please hit that subscription button. Helps me out a lot. I'm really trying to grow this channel and, you know, kind of be a positive change in the world. You know, there's a lot of bad things going on, and I just kind of want to be a voice of calmness and a voice of, you know, just help people out there. So please hit that subscription button so we can spread the word, and also leave me a comment if there are any topics that you would like me to make videos on, and I will do so soon, okay? So I hope to see you soon, and blessed be.